Hey guys, it is still September 19th. I wanted to continue my Snowden video. I came into the racetrack and this car was a one light car pulling in, and it's a guy with a big beard. He has like a, I don't know, it's a beard that I see a lot of Masonic guys having. He pulled in with a one light car. There he is right there. I just want to get him on video. And he whipped his head around real weird, as if he was like almost a robot or something. You see his beard. I see a lot of Masons with that kind of look, with that kind of beard. And I did actually, well, I'm not going to go into that right now, but that guy, he drove in with a one light car, and he like whipped his head around, like really weird looking at me. So I just wanted to kind of start part 3 and part 4 of Snowden. I did want to continue to talk about it. When he went into the, like he at first went in, I guess to take testing with the CIA to be placed, and you know, he talked in the movie. I'm not sure how it exactly happened, but you know, one of the counselors for the students had written a program, basically a surveillance program, that was very, very good that they ended up using. But what they did the counselor was played by Nicolas Cage, who had a very high up role in the government, you know, creating surveillance programs. But what they ended up doing is, you know, he had too many pangs of conscience, so he ended up becoming like a counselor. And they took his program, which had, you know, a bunch of filters on it, and basically made it without filters. So I just wanted to make that point also about the movie. And that's something else to speak to non-TIs about being a target individual. That's why this happens, because there's so much surveillance going on in our country without filters. You know, there's an example when they're using this program called Prism in the movie, and you know, a lot of news stories came out about that, where you know they're looking up threats against the president, and that's good. You know, they're surveilling that. But what it ends up doing is it ends up doing a search for any of those words in any kind of order. So they ended up seeing, like, you know, Bush, something about Bush, and it ended up being something sexual. So it's like they don't have filters on these programs, and then it ends up going even further, and they end up surveilling people, you know, just for no reason. And that's how something like this has happened. You know, and I want to be transparent with y'all. With these videos, I am going to call it Snowden targeted individuals, because I do want to get people, you know, who just are interested in the movie or interested in Snowden, learning about this topic. And what I want to say to you guys, if you have come here and you know you are interested in Snowden or the movie, you know, look into the topic of targeted individuals, because this human experimentation with microwave surveillance, and also torture, no-touch torture, to actually practice, you know, psychological and physical torture on U.S. citizens is happening in the United States right now. And a lot of things in the movie, you know, they've led up to it. It keeps getting worse. So we really need to be responsible as citizens. Like, if you don't know about this stuff and you know, you want to make a negative comment, or you want to be cynical about it, or you think that we're just, you know, we're attention seekers, or we're crazy people who have somehow gathered up, you know, start researching. Please research, because it is going on, and we do need the help of people who, you know, are not receiving this kind of torture, who can be, you know, there are a lot of clear-headed target individuals. You know, I'm pretty clear-headed, but this stuff really does. They do want to make you look crazy, so that when you go out and you do talk about it, you know, you won't be credible to people who are not target individuals. You know, just like now, I mean, that guy came in with a one light car on that white truck. You know, I'm talking about his beard. A lot of Masons just wear a beard like that, and that may turn off some non-target individuals. But you know, my attacker, my organizer, is ex-Army, and he is a Freemason. He did, like, the guys who came and asked him to do this, you know, he's doing some of this as a Freemason, not just because he was in the military and it all lined up like that, because he's doing a favor for a brother. And that's where it gets into corruption, where it's like he's doing something that he knows is underhanded. He knows that it's a false flag. He knows I haven't done anything, but people are asking him to continue this. And so that aspect of fraternal organizations coming into this and playing a big role in people feeling like they have to do some of this sometimes, or whatever their beliefs are, it does play into this kind of stuff. And it does add control to these people who are surveilling, an extra added layer of being in another club, not just being in the military, but being in another secret club, so that they're doing secret things, and it becomes very, very corrupt. So that does play a big role. I'm probably seeing him. I don't really see a lot of Masons that I know of patrolling me, but I was talking about that on the conference call the other night. They are surveilling me, so they're going to get people like that doing it, because I'll be sensitized to it. It's more of the psychological aspect of the surveillance and the torture. I do want to tell other target individuals, somehow, on Saturday, I didn't know what number the conference call was going to be on. So I was going through all the numbers that I thought it could be, and right when I pressed in the number that it was on that conference call, my phone disconnected. And it did it the same last night. At the time of Neil's call coming on, I punched in his number and I was gonna, go to the call, and the phone instantly disconnected before I could connect to the TalkShoe conference call. So I just want to make the point that my attackers actually know when the calls are on, and they know what number it's at. So it's stuff like that. They have so much detail about our lives, and it's not helping this guy. That's what I do also want to tell target individuals. Please get on the conference calls, because it doesn't help your targeters. It doesn't help them to get a bunch of other people involved in this if they are around the main surveillance, because they hear these conference calls and they hear how it's innocent people that it's happening to, and they can't get away with it so well. Because what they want is they want you to be isolated and not connected to other target individuals. They want people around their surveillance to think that it's just happening to you. So a lot of these people who are actually involved don't know how big it is. They, because this stuff is happening to you, and it's, a lot of vehicular stalking and stuff like that, they really think that you're really bad, that they would only do that to a really bad person, someone who needs to be watched. When you start getting on these conference calls and you start talking to other targeted individuals while you're being surveilled, that helps out. It helps more people not to glom onto it, especially good people who do want to do the right thing. So I'd really suggest, getting on the conference calls, so the people that are surveilling you in the center with the directed energy weapon attacks do see this, and they can't just add a bunch of other people. These people will know what's going on. And as awareness increases, this will become more common, and people won't get involved or will quit doing this because they see the danger, and that it is. I mean, this stuff is torturing and killing, women with families, women that live alone. They do test this stuff on teenagers and kids. They test it on every age group and every culture. They test it on veterans. Ex-Army guys. Ex-Army guys are actually using the directed energy weapons to attack families. So it's a thing where it's really all against all. It's pitting all of us against all of us, because of this technology. The technology has started to determine morality, and that's a very, very dangerous thing in our society. I really do want people who, are fans of what Snowden did to really research this, because the director did put a lot, I spoke about in the advertisement for the movie. At the very end, it's his girlfriend saying, "Am I a target?" He did put, very shrewd references to things that he did want his audience looking at and thinking about. They didn't go into a lot of and I said this on the other videos, they didn't go into a lot of the microwave surveillance. They didn't go into remote neural monitoring, what Snowden talks about in his interviews in the movie, because I think that to get that passed as a Hollywood movie, Oliver Stone had to follow some rules, and he couldn't talk about certain things that maybe Snowden did want him to talk about, but they wanted to, it's a good level of information that they got out. But there's more to the story, I'm sure. But yeah, I wanted to connect this video and just get some more vehicular stalking. You know, I'm miraculously doing pretty good. You know, my targeting has slowed down on hurting me physically. You know, they're not so much hitting me in the chest, they're kind of hitting me in the head, but they're really focusing a lot of the electromagnetic frequencies into the remote neural monitoring, into the phrasing. They'll actually try and finish some of my phrasing that's going on in my head now. They'll actually, you know, put a lot of imagery. I found this out, targeted individuals, and I do want to put this in, because a big way that I defend in this is I read comic books. So a lot of the times I have imagery from comic books or movies going through my mind. And that's how I defend against a lot of this. I'll think about that, and it kind of pumps me up. What they've started to do is they've actually gone on Google, on some of the characters that I'll read the comic books. They'll pull images that I've never seen before of these characters and microwave them in, sort of as a Trojan horse. So they're using imagery that my brain accepts and I always think of to make my brain accept these things that they're putting in more, and then they're going to go ahead and put in something, you know, bizarre or something that I wouldn't think. So they will play that little trick with the remote neural monitoring. I just call it active remote neural monitoring. You know, other people call it synthetic telepathy. But I did just want to kind of make a part 3 and a part 4. Right now I am trying to upload whole videos. It makes it easier for me, and I can, you know, go to 1 hour and 5 minutes, or, you know, 1 hour and, you know, 20 minutes, and, you know, I can just upload the whole video. But my main organizer did stop that a while back, you know, so that I can only upload from my phone, and I can only upload in, you know, 15-minute cuts to YouTube. It does affect the information. It does affect how many people go to the next video. I just have to admit it does affect that. But, you know, in the long run, it will get my channel more views. And, you know, there's a white SUV. You can, it's hard to get it on this phone. I got to get better equipment. I do have a camera, but I think I'm going to get a dashboard camera. And you can get cameras on glasses, what a lot of TIs have done. I do want to say, if you are a targeted individual, you know, there are some calls tonight. You know, go to the TalkShoe number 724-444-7444. Tonight at 5 p.m. Central Time, Mike is having a call. I don't know if I'm going to get this. I don't know if I'm going to get this video up before his call, but he has it Monday and Thursday nights at 5 p.m. Central Time at 189-349. That's 189-349 would be the PIN once you dial the number 724-444-7444. Also, Derek has a call at 8 p.m. Central Time, Mondays and Thursday nights. So Mike has a call, and then Derek has a call for target individuals at 115-863. That's 115-863. So you call on the same number, 724. It's 724. I'm sorry, 724-444-7444. Is it 72? Yeah, 724-444-7444. Yeah, that's right. Not 744, but 724. And then put in a PIN number 115863. Thursday night, I think I'll definitely get this video out before Thursday night. So if you're a target individual, please come on those calls. And if you need to know numbers for other calls, there is a website to go to, but please get on those calls and just ask. I'll try and get Mike to give out a schedule on Thursday for anybody coming in. You know, those really helped me,